Today, I'll teach you how to win over most people in chess. So get ready for an invasion. I am also once again redoing old builds and continuing my Disney strategy and remaking old videos like I don't have any new ideas. Except, I'm still Caucasian. Now, you could also say I'm doing this video now because I'm absolutely killing it at chess.com. But then again, if you look at the big picture, I'm barely just getting back to where I once was. So I'm not saying I'm amazing anything, but according to this, I'm better than all y'all. Statistically. Unless this video gets more than 1200 views, which again, statistically, is unlikely. So tune in for tips and tricks on how to win after this. First, let me just real quick process and critique some of these and show you what I ended up with and what I chose, you know, the classics, how, why, and what. Well, maybe not what. What? Before that, let's just have a look back and see what I made back when. This must have been 3 months after I got all this Lego and one of my first real builds. And I cannot believe how badly this was filmed and edited. But luckily, I still have one horse and one rook left to properly show and critique. I swear I also had a pawn somewhere, but I guess he got caught. So the first thing I'm noticing is how square and bulky these old builds are compared to the new attempts. I did try to make an opponent for my city set here, something really original like a nature inspired set, but I couldn't quite figure the design out and got stuck on the king and queen. And also the bishop. And horse. Actually, the whole lot. The main win this week was I found this set online, which is part of an official or unofficial release. You can buy it and see it online, and I just fell in love with this design. It's so elegant. Just one stick holding together two cones. Just brilliant. And I must admit, I did get stuck with this like cheese on toast. I mean, what's more classic than a figure 8 queen? I do like the crown I made. I mean, it's quite fitting for any royal monkey. A crown of bananas. Isn't that just bananas? Yeah, so those Araya attempts, they're pretty fair, pretty decent. I mean, I can't really say too much about them. I mean, it's something. I mean, I mostly copied that set I saw online, and then I just feel I stayed very within the lines on this one. Though I did also make a set out of minifigures, and to be honest, I had a lot more fun doing this than the autonomically correct chess set pieces. Playing around with different themes and everything was just... I even managed to make a Star Wars one. In case you missed it, you should go back and watch the intro again. It was a doozy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will now get you ready to win at chess. First lesson is about controlling the center. These 4 squares, this is done by having your pawn and horses out, and depending on your opponent's moves, this is what your opening 4 moves should end up looking like. And again, depending on your opponent's moves, you can now attack the queen with your bishop, or the king, which is probably a better strategy as that is how you win the game. And you also have the added benefit that you can often lock a horse in place here, unless they still have a pawn here, but I'm overcomplicating it now. Second lesson, the scholar's mate, which is the quickest chess mate there is in chess, and it's all based on the fact that this square, called the f7 square, is the kill square. And what you should keep in mind throughout the game, no matter where their king or queen is, you want to be attacking this square. And the best way to attack here in 2 moves is your horse. So you always want one of your horses, or both of them, on one of these 2 lines. This is called the 5-6 line. Third lesson I can give you is when the king does this, which is called castling. No matter what side they do it to, you want to immediately start moving this pawn forward. You don't want to be moving any other, because you want to open up for the king and close him down. If you do something like this, you'll end up like this, and you see all this? That's the king in lockdown, and you're gonna have a bad time. So having your pawn sacrificed like this opens up for the bishop or even the rook, and remember, you should have a horse up here by the 5 or 6 or even a 7. And by this time you haven't even introduced the queen yet, so it's game over. But I'm overcomplicating. And now to the final and most important advice I can give you, which I use, and unfortunately this only works on chess.com, but it's very important to do, and you will win almost every time if you do this, is to make sure you play against people with bad Wi-Fi.